What's up, guys?
This is TeemTHE.
TeemTHE.
This is PK and Master Juice here.
And this is Reese's King.
Yeah.
So, today we want to take time to do something a little different than our normal, like, pack openings or whatnot.
I know we're showing our faces this time.
I know. Ooh. Okay. So, we actually wanted to talk about, like, tournament type stuff because PK and Juice Master and I are getting ready for a regional. And we just wanted to, like, help out people who aren't normally, like, used to tournaments. Something we want to take time to talk about is cards that got really heavily reprinted, and we just want to make sure you guys know how to use them correctly.
Yeah, because before they get reprinted, everyone's all like, "Oh man, tour guide, Maxi. Oh, I'm tired of that. You must be so lucky for getting that card." And then when the reprints come handy, you get all happy, and you finally get them in a bundle little tin.
But you don't know how to use them
right.
You
don't know how to use them right.
All right, so we're gonna talk about at least a couple cards that we just had with us today.
Right.
So the first card that got reprinted was...
Where is it? Wind Up Zen Mains.
Wind Up Zen Mains. You all have this.
You should have this now.
I pulled it twice when it was $100.
There's no reason for you to bitch and moan if you don't have a Zen Mains. This is an ugly super, but it's not a rant. Well, Zen Mains, okay?
Okay.
The main thing about Zen Mains is the saving itself is a continuous effect. It's a continuous effect. It does not activate. So stuff like Evolves our Dolka does not negate it, and it can't destroy it. So that part you're safe. So if Evolves our Dolka will attack Zen Mains when it has a material, like the continuous effect will detach, and then it'll save itself.
It doesn't start a chain.
Yeah.
Just think of it that way. It doesn't start a chain. There's nothing for Dolka to go off of.
And then Dolka will continue the battle. So if Zen Mains does have another material, the player can detach it again. And then at the end phase, Zen Mains will try to destroy a card. Because that effect is mandatory to destroy a card on the field. And that's when Dolka negates Zen Mains.
Okay. Just remember that.
It's kind of weird, but, just keep in mind, continuous effect, mandatory effect. And another one that I see very common with Zen Mains is versus Allied Justice Catastor. Okay, when Zen Mains has a material and Catastor attacks, okay, Catastor's effect activates before damage calculation. So Zen Mains saves itself, so you use the material. Then Catastor battles it. For real, actual battle where you take damage and all that stuff. And if it didn't have a material, then Zen Mains is dead. If it does, it can save itself again, and then at the end phase, it can pop the Catastor. So that's like a small Zen Mains tip that I can give. Also,
just remember, I've seen a noob mistake. Zen Mains only pops one card a turn. He doesn't, even if you detach two, it's still only one card at the end phase.
There's one.
So just remember that. Okay, so since we're talking about Macros Cosmos, something that a lot of people don't know is it says at the very beginning, you can special summon one Helios, the Primordial Sun, from your hand or deck when you activate this card.
I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck runs that card? But
exactly.
Still,
the fact it says you can special summon, you can Solemn Warning the activation of this card.
Just like you can Solemn Warning Starlight Road.
So yeah, you can actually Solemn Warning this thing. And that is an important thing because I know a lot of people are going to be running this in like big tournaments. Especially with the whole macro rabbit going around right now. For some reason, it's just killing everybody, like every other deck.
Yeah, the deck for bitches.
Okay, so yeah. So just remember, you can Solemn Warning this thing. I don't know, that's all I can think about it.
Yeah, you can Solemn Warning Macrocosmos. So if you think you don't have an out to it, your two Solemn Warnings in your deck is an out. It's not a very good way to use them, but if you have to, just do it. Okay,
the last card we will talk about got reprinted. It's kind of pricey though. Either way, the common is like $8. The super is $12. But we want to talk about Forbidden Lands. Now, this card has a lot of potential.
Has a lot of utility.
Yeah, exactly.
It can be used offensively or defensively.
Exactly. One thing I want to talk about is a scenario where you can actually lance your own monster.
It's protected. Even if Magatama's a counter trap, Dark Arm's already protected.
It would be the same way if, like, let's say your opponent summons Lila or Zombie Master, and
Lumina,
or let's say the Golden Ninja.
Anything that special summons a monster in the deck,
and they don't do it on the activation right away. You can actually just lance your monster, make sure it's safe, and then activate its effect.
Yeah, and then they can't Solemn Warning it.
Yeah, because some players will wait for you to pitch as a cost.
Yeah, they want you to minus.
And then that's how they get rid of it. Another scenario I want to talk about is skill drain in respect to this card. Earlier today I was dueling against, I forgot who.
TG Stun player.
Oh yeah, TG Stun player. And he had
you know who you are if you're watching this video.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, I'll explain. I was watching the duel. All right, so Reese's King here. He had a Raikou face down Raikou. Opponent attacks with Rush Rhino while I think they had an Acid Golem on the field, so Raikou flips. This is not Raikou, by the way. And then Reese's King uses Lance on the Raikou during the damage step, since this is an attack modification, so you can activate your damage step. Right there, the Raikou is unaffected by spells and traps, aside from this. So Raikou's effect activates under Skill Drain, and it can pop card. So it's a good way to get around Skill Drain. Even, let's say you're playing a deck that, on the summon, so your opponent already has Skill Drain activated, and you want to summon, let's say, I was playing 6 times today, so you summon Legendary 6 Samurai Kageki on the Skill Drain. Or it's either Skill Drain is activated or it's not. You go Kageki, then you Lance Kageki, so he's unaffected by Skill Drain, so you can still summon the Kagemusha from your hand.
Now, something important about Skill Drain is your monster effects will still activate, but they will be negated. And then that's where you chain your own monster's effect to this card while Skill Drain's up. Because, like, let's say, unlike Shockmaster, when Shockmaster's on the field, you cannot activate effects at all. But with Skill Drain,
you can still activate them.
It still activates, but it's negated. And then that's why Forbidden Lance can come into play.
That's one of the things people don't know about Skill Drain. You can still activate effects, they just don't resolve.
Yeah.
They can't.
And that's our card rant. Like, about, filling you in with cards you'll probably be seeing a lot of in tournaments.
Like, so if you see us at a regionals, we're like, hey, you're the guy that called Macrocosmos for bitches and stuff like that,
It is.
I mean,
stupid, buddy.
I know I'm gonna get a bunch of comments saying Macros are shit, but come on.
Okay, and then the other thing we want to talk about is tournaments in general. Like, you've all probably seen a bunch of tournament videos, but we want to explain our own personal experiences about these things.
All right, now I'll start this off. Okay, you think the regional is gonna be so fun? It's happened to me before. You're all hyped up for it the night before. You're looking at your deck. You're like, this deck's gonna be so good. And then, what do? You don't sleep. You just don't sleep for some reason. You go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning because you're still fixing your deck when you thought you said it was ready. But by doing that, your deck's not prepared, and you're not prepared. So you get up, you get to the convention center at 8 o'clock in the morning, since registration's at 10, but you know there's gonna be a long line. And you wait in the line for 2 hours, maybe 3. When the tournament's supposed to start at 10. When it starts at 1. Or 12. But, yeah, 4.
Oh, and expect to be very hungry.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in line, and even if you step out of line, they will kick you out of the tournament. So, bring your own food.
Make a sandwich.
If you're going to come to the tournament, at least make sure you shower.
Oh, and expect to smell drugs there. For some reason, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players think smoking weed...
Or they go for a smoke break outside in the balcony or in the street, and then they come back.
They think that heightens the mind in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't exactly know what they think, but
don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah,
don't do
you're
drugs.
Gonna see your opponent might be high. Watch your stuff. If you're gonna trade, at least go with 2 people. Take your friend with you. Never go by yourself. Never bring a lot of expensive cards with you because you become a target. You don't want to carry a grand of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
Yeah.
So just watch your stuff. Do not bring too much cards that are worth a lot of money. Make sure do not go to the regional by yourself, unless you can watch for yourself. But this has been our revamping of TeemTHE Teaches. Hopefully, thumbs up if you thought it was good, and leave a comment of anything that you see at a regional will help.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are the cards we covered in this episode.
So if you're going to a tournament soon, or if you're going to the regional in LA regional, right, on December 22nd, that's where we're going to be at.
So if you recognize it from this video, or anybody else from the videos,
feel free to say what's up.
Yeah, say what's up, make a trade with us, ask us to duel. We might record stuff we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll see.
This has been PK Master Juice here.
And this is Reese's King, signing out.
See you guys later.